Coverage of Bridgewater Raritan is brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates and Total Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine. Like many other schools in the Mid-State, Bridgewater Raritan is returning a handful of skill players. Amongst them is previous QB Greg Verano, who will be moved to wide receiver this season. And of course, Anthony Gofte is back for the primary running back position after rushing for over 1,000 yards last season. We're here to talk to head coach Bray to see who will be filling in at QB and how they plan on returning to the sectional final.
I think our strength is in our skill positions this year. We have a real good core of receivers, running backs, defensive backs, quarterbacks. We have depth like I think we've never had before in my 12 years here. Our weakness is going to be up front. We're just thin up front. We think we have some high caliber kids that can play. It's just going to be getting some young kids experience early so they're ready to fill in the course of the season.
And while Bray figures out his offensive and defensive lines, senior lineman Robert Stashek says the Panthers are figuring out their team strengths day by day. But when asked what the offensive strength will be this season, this is what he had to say.
I think Anthony Gofte, he's a 1,600-yard rusher, so that's a big part of our offense. I feel like some of the strengths this year, we're returning 3 offensive linemen, but we moved some people from the defensive line to the offensive line to fill in the guard positions because I got bumped out to tackle this year. But we have 3 returning starters, and our other tackle started 1 game last year, so I think we'll be pretty good this year. Definitely make it back to MetLife Stadium, and this time get a state title.
The Panthers have reached the Group 5 sectional championship 3 years in a row, but fell short each time to Westfield. This year, Bridgewater is itching to redeem themselves, but they will have to make sure their new junior QB, Alex Fromberg, is ready for the challenging schedule ahead of him. Verano says putting Fromberg at QB is the right move for the team.
I'm really confident in it. Alex is doing a great job. He worked hard last year, and he showed he could do it this year through camp. So moving receivers, just having more weapons on the field. We're returning most of our secondary and then replacing most of the front 7 or all the front 7. So we're looking better every day, coming together as a whole on defense. We just got to keep grinding every day. We know our goals. We know where we want to get to. So the harder we work, the better it's gonna be all year.
And while Bridgewater works through their preseason camp, Anthony Gofte tells Jersey Sports Zone of their new team motto that will help them mentally prepare for their Week 0 matchup against Elizabeth.
This year we have a new saying, expect nothing, do something. Anything can't just be given to us, we have to do something about it, push hard and go back to the state title and this year win. We're very confident going into the scrimmage tomorrow, make some corrections if we need it, and get back to it next week.
Our mindset for Week 0 is the mindset we try to instill in the kids all year long. We go into every game, we're 0-0. Our mindset is to come out 1-0. Do whatever you can to become 1-0, and the next week we erase and we become 0-0 again. And that's the mindset we try to instill is 1 game at a time and win that game however you can.
From Bridgewater Raritan, I'm Courtney DuPont. You're watching Jersey Sports Zone.
Want to see highlights and features from your favorite school? Jersey Sports Zone is entirely supported by our great sponsors. Email marketing@jerseysportszone.com to get your business in front of our loyal audience and highlights from your hometown.